All right, morning everyone. Welcome to yoga. All right, let's just center ourselves in prayer pose on your knees and let's get to child's pose and get this started. I hope you all can hear me and just test it out. Test out the mic while you're in child's pose. All right, slowly start to come out of child's pose. And while in a seated position in prayer, and drop your right ear to your right shoulder and just stretch. If this is the second workout of your day, that's good. It was nice to see a lot of folks in the morning for boot camps. All right, switching sides. All right, back and forth a couple of times at your own pace, maybe 5 or 6 reps each side, stretching out the neck. All right, side to side neck, just looking from right side to the left. And while you do this, I'll get my yoga mat. All right, we go front and back now. So chin to chest and up, chin to chest and up. Just warming up. All right, let's go for shoulder arm circles. Let's go forward a couple of times, maybe 4 or 5 forward arm circles, and reverse big circles. All right, just twist side to side while in a seated pose. All right, and now we're going to extend one foot forward, so use the entire mat now. Right. One leg forward, right, and stretch the upper thigh on the left side and just stretch. And if your right knee is bending, raise the left arm and just look up. And straighten out the front leg, just stretch. All right. Moving on to the other side. All right, I'm going to stretch the upper leg, thigh, other side, and just stretch. Now if your left knee is bending, left knee is forward, place your left hand on your left knee and raise the right arm, and you can look up. Straighten out the front leg and just stretch. Right. Again, other side. You're going to stretch this side again. This time the back knee will be off the floor. All right, so stretch, and now slowly both arms up in the air and lift the back knee. And join your hands together or just keep them separate, that's up to you. Back knee on the floor, switching sides. Right, same thing, other side. So we start with knee on the floor, front knee bending. Inhale, both arms up in the air. Curl the back toe. Push the floor, supporting your leg, and raise that knee. Straighten out the back knee. And on the floor, let's switch. Now again, right side, or whatever side you started with. Most people start with the right side. You know, the same thing now, slightly different approach today. So back knee on the floor, just stretch. All right, curl your back toe. We're gonna raise both arms up in the air, lift the back knee up, and place the back heel on the floor. That slight twist on the foot, so you're trying to still keep your core straight and the back heel on the floor. Lift the back heel off the floor, tap the floor with the knee gently, switching sides. Right, same thing, other side. So back knees on the floor, front knees bending. All right, inhale, both arms up in the air, good. And now straighten the back knee and placing the back heel on the floor. Twist, rotate. So when you place the back heel on the floor, your body starts to go this side. You want to fight it to still be facing this side, right? So you have to work your obliques to fight this way, this way. Lifting the back heel off the floor, bending the back knee slightly, tap the floor again, switching sides. All right. Now again, same thing. Inhale, both arms in the air. All right, curl your toe, push the floor with the toe, back toe, straighten out the knee, back heel on the floor, opening up to warrior two. So we're transitioning, right, to warrior two. Just stay right there. You can look forward. It's preferred that you look forward, but you don't want to lean forward. You still want to stay squared. right? And now warrior 2, swing your arm forward, warrior 1, lift that back heel off the floor, tap the floor gently, and switching sides. All right, inhale, both arms up in the air. Lift the back knee off the floor. Back heel on the floor. Opening up to warrior 2. All right. Palms facing up, palms facing down. Looking forward. Swinging your arm back to warrior 1. Back heel off the floor. Gently tap the floor. Right. And now switch sides again. Facing the other side. Right. Inhale, both arms up. Back heel, back knee off the floor. Back heel on the floor. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. You can look at your fingertips of the right hand or whatever hand is behind, slight kink in the elbow, and your left hand or the other hand is on the left hamstring or behind the knee. Back to warrior 2. Warrior 1. Back heel off the floor. Gently tap the floor with the back knee. And switching sides. Right, back knee on the floor. Inhale, both arms up. Lift the back knee. Place the back heel on the floor, making that adjustment. Opening up to warrior 2 and transition to reverse. Back to warrior 2, swinging your arm to warrior 1, making that back foot adjustment, back heel off the floor now. Gently tap the floor. And take a quick break for water, whatever it is that you want to do. Alright, we're moving into downward facing dog. Alright, since I'm at Soldier Fit headquarters, I like the floor better than the mat, but if you're at home on a carpet or a wooden floor, definitely use the mat. Much better grip. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're getting into child's pose. From a child's pose into a push-up. So child's pose, push-up. Back to child's pose and push-up. We do 5 reps. Alright, I showed you 2. I hope you did those with me. If not, then do it, and then last 3 we'll do together. Alright, so let's go. 1 and 2 and 3. You can do push-ups on your knees too, no worries. 4 and 1 more. 5. Now stay in high plank. After the 5th push-up, stay in high plank. from a high plank, feet a little bit wider, downward facing dog. Right. Now we're going to go from a plank to a single arm downward facing dog, opposite arm, opposite toe tap, plank, downward dog, plank, opposite side toe, good, plank. That's number 4. We're doing 10. 5, 6. You can do 10 at your own pace. I'll wait after 10 are done. You can touch your ankle, shin, knee, toe, whatever works. You just have to get into a single arm. All right. And now we're getting into some Surya Namaskars. Surya Namaskar is nothing but the Sanskrit version for sun salutation. Sun is out there and we're going to salute the sun. So from a downward facing dog, you're going to go nose, chest and belly. So nose, chest, belly. It's also known as dive bombers. All right, we do 5 repetitions. Up, that's number 1. If you're done with number 1, let's go number 2 together. Down and up. 3, up. 4, up. 5, and downward dog. Back to plank, knees on the floor, back to child's pose, and stretch. Moving on, we're getting into some more upper body exercises. I've been doing this for this particular exercise for the last 2-3 weekends. I think it's good because it increases the mobility on your wrists. It's kind of like the breaking point when people are working out really hard, bicep curls, whatnot, bars and stuff. So your wrist gives up way sooner than your biceps or your forearms. So let's focus on our wrists, and we're going to do reverse grip push-ups. But before we get into push-ups, what we're going to do is we'll have our fingertips pointing towards us, all right, and start to get into try to connect our heels and our hips together, which means my hips are going to follow and try to connect with the heels, but at the same time without raising my palms off the floor. So if this is how far I can go, I stay right here. But if I can go all the way back and still have my palms on the floor, great. If your palms are going off, then try to find a position that works for you, stretches your forearms and wrists in a way that your palms are not off the floor. All right, so let's find that sweet spot and just stay in that isometric pose for a little bit. Right, and now I'll show you from the front how it looks like. It's a different one. Your fingertips are pointing out, and now you're going to lean your body weight on one side. And the other side. One side. Other side. Alright, and now we go in circles. So clockwise, counterclockwise, 5 each side, alternating. Clockwise, just stretch those wrists, and counterclockwise. Right. number 3, counterclockwise number 4, 5, 6, 4 more, 1, 2, 3, 1 more. Alright, back to child's pose, or take a break, water break. We're getting into some more strength and balance movements and more balance, especially balance. See you in a bit. All right. Let's get into single leg chair pose, or rather chair pose, and then we get into single leg chair pose. So if you're at the front of your mat, you can do that. From the front, it looks like this. All right, so your knees are together, toes are together, heels are joined. Go sit in a chair pose, arms are up, look at the floor, your shoulders are over your ears, and you're going to stay right there. You can join your hands together or open them up. One more breath. And slowly stand up. We're going to do the same thing now, but single leg. Inhale back to chair pose and extend one foot forward, preferably the right, but your knees are still connected. So one foot is forward and you're trying to balance. If you have to tap the floor with the knee, get some rest, back up. Flexing the toe, pointing the toe. And switch sides, stand up, break, pause. Again, inhale, extend that foot, other foot forward, flexing it, pointing it. You pick one. Back to chair pose. Inhale, both arms up. Spread out the legs. Heels off the floor. And back to prayer pose. Again, heels off the floor. All right. Now we're getting into a yogi squat. Right. Feet are wider than a little bit wider than shoulders, and toes are pointing towards me, as my toes are pointing towards you. All right. Slowly get into the yogi squat. The idea here is to, if your feet start to flare out, you want to stop right there. If you can go all the way down with your feet pointing forward, great. And now we're going to rotate our wrists 10 times in one direction, 10 times other. Alright, let's prepare for the crane pose. Now for crane pose, from a yogi squat, all the body weight, your knees are already connected with your triceps in a yogi squat, right? So all you have to do is put your palms on the floor, index finger pointing towards me, knuckles off the floor, and now you're going to slowly start to raise one leg at a time. If you have to stay with one leg raised up in the air, that's okay, or both feet on the floor, that's okay. You just have to put all the pressure on your shoulders and find that balance. Now if you're having one foot off the floor, right, so you stay right there and switch every 5 to 10 seconds at your own pace. And for those who are absolutely ready to get into crane and stay in crane for a couple of seconds or a couple of breaths, let's do that. But we lift one foot at a time. You're lifting one foot at a time, and you're going to fall back, not fall forward. Okay, so finding that balance. So when you fall out, falling back. Take a quick pause and go again. Gently coming out of it. All right. Alright, we're getting into something called the shoulder stand. Alright, and now with the shoulder stand, what you want to do is lay down on the floor on your back, flat all the way. Alright, and now obviously for anyone, if shoulder stand is too much of an issue, what you can do is just raise your legs 90 degrees to the floor and just stay there. Right? You can flex the toe to make it a little bit harder. Pointing makes it easier. Okay, so for shoulder stand, what you want to do is slowly try to hold the lumbar spine, all right, with your hands. This is where you're at. Now what you want to do for that is, first you want to roll back, push your legs up in the air, and then hold the lumbar spine. So you do a leg raise, up, and push the lumbar spine. I don't think I can talk right now. My chin is blocked. So, pointing the toes up. Stay right there. Now, bring that right leg down. And switch sides. Connect both the feet. Talking is tough. And both feet connected. And now slowly bring the feet back. Alright, close to you. Some people can actually go all the way to the floor. If you can, great. I don't think I can. Now slowly bounce on the floor, slowly using your core to gently come out of this. Don't slam the floor. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Gently. This requires a lot of core control. So go slow all the way to the floor. Gently. Both feet next to your hips. Very slowly. I can talk now. My chin was blocked. Now, getting into a glute bridge, right from there into a glute bridge. Just stay there. Right, palms on the floor, or palms next to behind your lumbar spine. Thumbs pushing the lumbar spine. All the way to the floor. And draw your knees in towards your chest. Hug your knees. And just roll side to side. And now again, raising your hips all the way to the ceiling or the sky. Okay. Same thing, glute bridge. Up and over. And now from here we're getting into a wheel. You can stay in a bridge if you want, but those who want to get into a wheel, Your hands are behind your shoulders, fingertips pointing towards your shoulders. You're going to push the floor with your arms and also use your legs a little bit, but mostly arms. And you push up and you lift up. You can lift your heels off the floor for that extra stretch. Straighten out the elbows if you can. And stay. Heels on the floor. Slowly release to a glute bridge and then transition all the way to the floor. Draw your knees towards your chest again and roll side to side. Alright, release. Take a quick break. See you in about 60 seconds. I'll take a break too. Alright, let's get into simple stuff. We'll get into standing tree. Now you can use the wall for this, or you can just stay close to a wall. So what that does is, in case you fall off balance, you can hold the wall. Alright, so tree, all weight, all the pressure, all the weight, all the strength in your left leg. Right leg off the floor, using your right hand, right ankle. Place the right foot on the inner thigh of the left leg. Oops, falling down. Okay, so now if you're wearing shorts, it's better. So you get better grip on the skin. This is less grip, right? And you stay in prayer pose. Let's say you're falling off, the wall will hold you, and you can come back. All right. So all the balance poses you can use towards the wall, next to the wall. And switch. All the weight in your right leg, and left leg comes in, and prayer pose and balance. Oops. Your mind is wandering in 10 different places. This is what happens. But then what we do, just focus again and try again. All right. And off the floor. There you go. All right, now we're just gonna do a simple leg stretch, right? Holding the right leg, all the weight on your left leg, holding the right leg, right ankle, and just a runner stretch, basic stretch. A lot of people do it in boot camps before you about to hit the running trail for a run or something like that. These are the stretches that you do. So the basic stretch. And switch sides. feet are wide. All right, you use your mat. Let's use our mats. I will too. All right, feet wider, using the long edge of the mat, long side of the mat. All right, just inhale, both arms to the side, and exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold again. You can cross your arms and just drop your head. Just swing side to side if you want, or just stay static. Palms can be on the floor, arms can be crossed. Just let everything drop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, both arms to the side, and exhale, adjust yourself. Alright, now we'll reach at the front of the mat. Feet are shoulder width apart. Alright, so front of the mat, I face you now. Just for ease of visual, whatever. So you can see where my hands and toes are. Alright, so now what we're going to do is inhale, both arms in the air, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And now this time, using your peace fingers, holding your big toe and pull towards you. Sort of like a deadlift. And now let your head drop. Just pull. Slight micro bend in the knees are okay. Always a good thing, but you're stretching your hamstrings. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, both arms in the air. Exhale, back to prayer. One more stretch. Inhale, both arms in the air. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold again. Now this time placing your palms under your foot. And now that extra stretch. Straighten out the legs and stretch. Let everything drop. If you have to bend your knees to get under your palms, under your feet, that's okay. Let's do that. Also, stretching your wrist on this one. By the way, if you have wrist issues, please skip this one and just stay in a regular stretch. Alright, releasing those palms from your toes under your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, both arms in the air. Exhale, back to prayer. Right. We're getting into more stretches today. Right. Using the regular side of the mat. Alright. We're getting into something called the seated tree pose. We did the standing tree pose. Now we do the same thing in a seated position. So, folding your left leg towards the right inner thigh. Left knee is on the left out knee is almost on the floor. Now this is flat. And now what you're going to do is inhale and exhale, trying to pull the big toe with the peace fingers. Again, you don't want to drop your head down. There's no point. But you're leading with your chest, which means you're going to pull the toe towards you and feel that extra stretch on the hamstring, right hamstring. So if you're able to touch your knee with your head or your chest with your thigh, that's okay, that's great. But if you can do this or go behind your foot, that's okay too. Just find a place that works for you to stretch. And release and slowly switch sides. Same thing, left side. Alright, so inhale first, inhale and exhale. Find the big toe. And release. And now what I'm going to do is place the left ankle on top of the right thigh above the knee, right, and bend the front knee. Both hands behind your hips, right, and just bend, just stretch. Alright, release and moving to the other side, same thing. Right ankle over the left knee. Bending the left knee. Pull the left knee towards your chest. And now just stretch. And release. Alright. We're going to roll into a plank, and from a plank we're getting into elbow or a low plank. For a couple of breaths. And once you're in low plank, just release everything on the floor, on your chest, on your belly. And we're getting into lower back pulses. Alright, so hands are right in front of your face, so you can place your head on this, head on your palms. Alright, you'll need it. We're going to pulse it out. Make a triangle out of your fingers and just pulse out. 1. Let's go 10 repetitions. Alright, slow, steady. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. And just place your left ear over your hands and just breathe. Let's do this one more time, except this time our hands will be extended forward. Alright, we do pulses for the lower back, so chest and thighs off the floor. You can look forward, but I prefer that you look on the floor because that way your neck is not bending, okay? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, facing the other side of your face, on your arms, on your palms, and just breathe. Scoot your elbows towards your chest and just stay in, I think it's called the seal pose. Looks like the fish seal. So just stay right there and stretch up. Right. Oh, actually, and if you straighten out the elbows, I think this is the seal pose. I'm sorry. This is the pre-seal. Alright, this way, seal pose. Alright, so elbows are bent on the floor, modified version of the seal. And then extended arms, elbows are straightened out, and you look up, that's your seal pose. Slowly release, modified seal, and one more time we're going to go up and inhale. And release. Right. Rolling onto our backs again. Right. One last 30-second hold for your core. We get our legs up, pointing the sky. All right. And we hold it for 30 seconds. And go. And slowly release all the way to the floor. Right. Let's draw your knees towards your chest and just stretch the lower back out again. And you can just move side to side. And both feet on the floor, just drop both the knees on one side. And switching sides, knees to the center, and then again knees, both the knees dropping on. Alright, center, back to center, extend your feet. Alright, scoot your elbows towards your neck, towards your chest, in the fish pose, and drop your head back. Flat on the floor, and open up your feet. Just relax, let gravity take over, palms facing the sky. Final pose, Shavasana. Just stay there and do nothing, just breathe. You can stay in this pose for as long as you want to. Well, I thank you for joining me in the practice. I encourage you to stay in this pose for at least 2-3 minutes more. I just want to say thank you. Namaste everyone. Have a great Sunday. I will see you next week.